Hello pretty people, welcome back. I'm Izzy and I run sustainable living and environmental blog, Quirky Environmentalist, and this YouTube channel here where I talk about all things sustainable living and talk about environmental issues and just life trying to be more sustainable, which I guess is the same thing as sustainable living, but there we go. Today I come to you in this snazzy double denim look because we are doing some patching. As you can probably tell from the title, I'm patching up some jeans and I'm patching up this here jacket that I'm wearing. First of all, let's talk jeans. I have owned these jeans for about 4 years now. I bought them when I was in Cambodia in a Don Don Down, which is actually a Japanese sort of thrift store that was in Cambodia. I bought them on sale for about 50p and didn't wear them a lot when I first bought them, but in the last couple of years I've worn them basically non-stop. I love these jeans and recently they decided to rip. The first rip started in my knee and that was fine until it just got so big that now I keep catching my knee in the rip and ripping it more. And then earlier today when I was out taking some photos, I crouched down and I ripped a massive hole just below the bum, which again, kind of stylish, but it keeps ripping and I'm worried that it's gonna rip like the entire butt out of my jeans. I also just really love the idea of visible repairs, so we're gonna repair them. They're gonna look super cute. I live by the pride that I bought these jeans for 50p and I've had them for 4 years and I wanna have them for longer, a lot longer. I was gifted a little while ago a load of fabric from my nan. She does a lot of patchworking and quilting and she gave me these beautiful bluey greeny sort of fabrics. I mean, look at them. They are so pretty. They're all tie-dye. I think they're hand colored and they match one of my favorite shirts. So we're gonna hopefully patch up the holes in my jeans with these lovely bits of fabric. Let's get sewing. Starting off with the rip in the knee, the first thing I wanted to do was pick which fabric that I wanted to use for the rip. And in the end settled on this really nice blue square that was basically a perfect shape. Next up, turning the jeans inside out so that I can cut the fabric square to just the right size for the patch. You want a little bit of room either side so that you can hem it at the end. Then I turned it back the right way around, put a book in the middle of the jeans so that I don't end up sewing both sides of the jeans together, and put the patch back inside. Next up is tacking. This is the easiest way to make sure that it doesn't all slide about when you're final sewing it. These are nice big stitches in some kind of easy to see thread. You can use orange, you can use white, and we're just tacking all the way around so that everything holds in place. I'm not actually that practiced at sewing, so I'm doing this nice and slowly. The video is at about 4 times speed to make sure that underneath is staying flat and I'm getting the right places. And then you want to get your sewing machine out. Honestly, the hardest part of this was trying to get the jean in the sewing machine so that I wasn't ending up sewing the jeans together. This whole clip is just me trying to get the jeans in the right place. It was a lot of work. You can also hand sew this if you want to, if it's in an awkward place or you're not that confident with a machine. I just wanted to make sure everything was nice and secure and it was done quickly. Finally, with some help, I got it in the right place and got to sewing. I did this extremely slowly because I wanted to make sure that I didn't end up sewing the jeans together. It was actually a lot quicker to sew slowly than it is to sew quickly, make a mistake, unpin all your stitches and start again. You can see here that I'm constantly checking inside the jeans to make sure that I'm only sewing the patch to the front face of the jeans that I want, just to make sure that it doesn't all go horribly wrong, which
is quite likely to happen. And once that's all sewed together, I am just picking out and cutting the tacking stitch that I used. Try and make sure when you're sewing to sew in front of or behind the tacking stitch rather than on top of it, because otherwise it's really hard to get it back out again. I mean, it's not impossible, but it just makes your life a lot easier if you don't sew on top of the tacking stitch. And then we're on to doing the exact same thing with the butt rib, cutting it out. I actually thought this was going to be a lot more difficult to do than the knee rip, but it was actually easier. The only thing I really struggled with was because some of the rip goes over a big seam where the trousers are stitched together. It was hard to make sure that the fabric was on there, and there's a little bit of a gap in it, but it worked out quite well. It was also so much easier to get it into the sewing machine and make sure I wasn't sewing the jeans together than it was in the knee rip. So don't always trust your first judgment. And now we're on the final stage. We're turning the jeans inside out, cutting off any excess material, and then we're going to fold over and stitch so we've got a little hem and we don't end up with all of our inside jean fabric fraying. Mine was far from perfect as the knee patch hadn't actually sewn on flat, but it does make a difference.
And once in a while, Prince Charming don't smile. In fact, he won't show.
And with that, the jeans are done. Stay till the end to see what they look like.
Secondly, this jacket, again 4 years ago, the whole gap year thing before uni, and I went travelling, and when I was travelling I bought a patch for pretty much every country that I went to. I think I'm missing a few because I can't find a load of the patches that I thought I bought, but whatever. Since then I've been like, yes, I'm gonna buy a denim. I always loved the idea of having this denim jacket, this leather jacket that had patches all over it. And since then I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna buy one, but I never found the perfect one until last weekend. I was in Camden, I was in one of the patch shops, and they had a load of denim jackets. All of them were 15 quid, and I found this gorgeous thing. I mean, it has green corduroy on it, and so I'm immediately sold because I love green and I love corduroy. And I mean, look at the lining, it's got like little cowboy boots on. It's beautiful, it's second hand, it only cost me £15, and so we are gonna patch up the back of this too. Let's get sewing.
So I basically had none of the patches I thought I did. I ended up with about 5, and the hardest part of this was choosing where to place them. I redid this like 5 different times, and you'll find at the end that I didn't even sew on all the patches because I'm being indecisive. One patch I own that's not going on my jacket are these eyes of the Buddha. I bought these in Nepal. I was interested in Buddhism, I was naive. These are actually on every stupa, and these contain the remains of often Buddhist monks and nuns. They are religious buildings and monument, and it really doesn't feel right having what is a religious symbol just sat on the back of my jacket. If you have any ideas of what I should do with this, then let me know, but this will not be going on my jacket. To sew the patches on my jacket, I did this by hand sewing. It took a while, but being sat in front of the TV doing it wasn't so bad. Some of the ones that were iron-on were especially difficult to sew because the patches themselves were really thick, and getting a needle through it took quite a lot of work, but I got there in the end. Also, I was running out of space and didn't think you'd want to just watch me sew everyone on, so I just took a little video when I'd finished sewing each one on. And decided not to bother sewing on these last 2 patches as they didn't really match each other, and I want to get a few more patches together and work out an overall design for the back of the jacket before I just sew random ones on willy-nilly. If you know of any independent shops or people that make their own patches, let me know so I can get some. And with that, we're done.
clothes, they blow up like dynamite. If I'm being honest, no, I got a problem. No one made me wanna change. Then that was you, it feels so new. I just wanna get this right. No, I'm not a role model. Nothing ever seems to last. Baby, now that I got it, I'll be better with you. I'll be better with you. Now that I got it. No, I'm not a role model. That I got it. Can't help myself, I like myself way more when you're by my side.
And with that, I completely forgot to film an outro, so here we are. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this. I'm happy how it turned out, and I can't wait to add more patches to this jacket. As I said, know anywhere that sells them that's good, sustainable, independent, let me know. Subscribe for more sustainable environmental content. Give me a like. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter for more, and have an amazing day.
Here's to mending clothes and accessorizing clothes and loving clothes and owning them for a very, very long time.